Hey guys, what's up? Cardfight here, and today I'm here with the Reindeer deck profile. So without further ado, let's get right into it. With the blessing of Divas, Reindeer got a lot of support, and the deck is pretty cheap to build. But in my opinion, it's not super strong. They could have a few new cards that could make it a lot better, but right now, it's pretty good for a budget deck. This exact build isn't the super budget build, but it's still pretty cheap if you already have Bermuda stuff, which if you're building a Bermuda deck, you probably do. So, well, yeah, let's start off with the starting Vanguard. So, we're going to run Colorful Smiling Frat. I think her name is Frat, or Fratee, something like that, I don't know. Her skill is, Counterblast 1, put this card to your soul. At the end of the battle, that this card boosted. If you have a Vanguard with Reindeer in its card name, you may pay the cost. If you do, choose one of your rear guards and return it to your hand. And then choose two cards from your hand and call them into separate open rearguard circles. So they do have to be open. She's pretty good. Essentially gives you an extra attack, and if you drive check something useful, you can just pop something in your hand and call those useful cards out. So yeah, she's a nice starting Vanguard for Reindeer. So next, we're going to run 4 of the new Reindeer. I think it's Peaceful Voice Reindeer. So most of the time you're going to call this out onto rearguard circle first, so you can use her skill. But what she does is, on the Vanguard circle, you can, once per turn, choose a card from your hand and put it into your soul. And when this card reveals a grade 3, you can pay the cost. If you do, choose one of your rearguards and return to your hand. And then if there's the old Reindeer in your soul or trigger zone, then this card gets an extra drive until the end of turn. So what this means is, if you drive check a grade 3, you can shove it into your soul to get extra drive check. And then if you have a extra Reindeer, you can check again. So it's a decent skill. If you have her on Vanguard and you didn't use her second effect, then essentially you get 3 drive checks. But her second skill is on the rearguard circle, Counterblast 2. At the end of the battle that your drive check revealed a Reindeer, you can, if this card's in stand, you can have this pay the cost. If you do, move this card onto your Vanguard circle, and then it gets -1 drive. So you only get 1 drive check if you don't proc the first effect. So it's a little but because essentially it has to be stand, but it's okay. I mean, since she moves onto the Vanguard circle, any triggers that you give onto her, she keeps. So if you're attacking with, if you have something like this and you attack, and then you drive check a critical and then draw or something, then you can stack it onto here. And if you, the third check, you get let's say you're shriding, and your third check is a grade 3 Reindeer, then you can activate her skill, ride her, and then you keep all the power and stuff. So in that aspect, it's pretty okay, I guess. It's kind of similar to those new starting those grade 4s that restand but only 1 drive check. You might get a second one if you get a Reindeer, but anyway, if you're grade 3, I mean. We're running 4 of the old Reindeer, so it's from way back when. Her skill is, when you drive check a grade 3 Bermuda Triangle card, you can pay the cost, which is bouncing a Bermuda Triangle unit back to your hand. And then if you do that, you can call a Bermuda Triangle unit from your hand to a open rearguard circle. So basically, you bounce and then psh. So, pretty self-explanatory. You kind of want to ride her first so that you can put her into soul. Also, she works extremely well with Madhu. I'll explain that a bit later, but yeah. So next we're running 4 of the new 4 of the new grade 2. I think it's Inspect Sisters Robel or Robel. So in the trigger zone, she counts as a grade 3. So, well, she has +1 grade, so she counts as a grade 3. So you can proc Reindeer's effects. Second skill is Soul Blast 1. Put this card in the bottom of your deck. When this card attack hits Vanguard, you may pay the cost. If you have a Reindeer, Vanguard with Reindeer in the theme, you can pay the cost. If you do, draw 2 cards and then shuffle your deck. So She's pretty good for that grade 3. When you're on grade 3, you can immediately just rush your opponent, call all these out, so they can increase your chance of getting grade 3 drive checks. And yeah, it's not bad. Next, we're running 3 Shyness. Shyness Laguna Rabra. Ignore that. Her skill is on a Vanguard circle, so lost 1. When you drive check a grade 3, if you have a Reindeer Vanguard, you can pay the cost. If you do, choose up to 1 card in your hand and call into an open Vanguard circle. And until the end of turn, that unit and this unit gets plus 2,000 power. So she becomes at 11k by herself, which is fine. As you can see, this deck, you want to have open slots, and there are cards in here that help you do that, but I'll show you in a bit. And I'm running 2 Spica. Spica is not cheap, so if you don't want to run Spica, you can run something else instead. There's a lot of alternatives. I can't name any off the top of my head. You can run Ellie if you want, or you can run you can run more Vitas. I think she's pretty cheap right now. Yeah. So yeah, 2 Spica. You guys know what she does. 2 Vita to help you counter charge. Reindeer's cost is pretty heavy, so if you manage to get her effect off, you might need some counter charging. Also, Vita is one of the best girls, so why not run Vita? Vita and Reindeer are the best girls, so why not run in the same deck? Am I right? So next we are running 4 Dash Sisters Rebel. So when you drive check her, she counts as a grade 3. She gets plus 2 grades, so yeah. And then her second skill is move this card to the bottom of her deck. If you drive check a grade 3, if you're Reindeer Vanguard, you may pay the cost. If you do, draw a card and then counter charge 1. So she also helps you counter charge and put her back in your deck so you can get more grade 3 drive checks, as well as drawing 1 so you don't exactly minus. So yeah, not bad. And then 3 Piping Hot Soifa, I think. So I think it's supposed to sound Chinese because she's Chinese, I think. So she's pretty good. I want to run 4, but I kind of want to have these instead, since the counter charge and the draw is pretty good. But Soifa is a pretty good card herself. So her skill is all your Velvet Voice Reindeer in the same column as this card gets plus 1,000 power. And her second skill is activates from the rear guard circle on the back row. And that's when you drive check a grade 3 and you have a Reindeer Vanguard, then at the end of the battle, you can this card gets a new skill, and it's at the end of the battle, move this card to an open rear guard circle in the same column as a unit with and stand it, and then this card gets plus 4,000 power at the end of turn. So she's pretty amazeballs. Yeah, I was running 4 before, but I found out I don't have enough Stride Fodders, so I decided to run 3 instead. I might bump this down to 1 and bump her down up to 4, but I don't know. Right now, it's sort of fine. You don't need that many of her on the field. You just need 1, honestly. So 3 is probably good. And then running 3 Stride Fodder, mainly because your Reindeer, this grade 3 Reindeer will be on your field, so you might not have Stride Fodder. So yeah, running 3 Stride Fodders. Running 4 of the new Perfect Guard. If you have money to run the new one, to run the old one, the Perfect Guard G, you can try to run that instead. But she's okay for using her as boost, because if you're boosting a Reindeer, you still hit 17k, which is fine. And then you can just, at the end of the turn, ditch a card and bounce her back to hand, so you can Perfect Guard next turn. but then you're pretty much letting your opponent know you have a purple guard. So, I don't know. Triggers. Running 12 crit. I don't want to run draws because I don't want to draw into my Reindeers. I was running draws before, and I kept drawing into stuff that I didn't want to draw into, like these and these and these. Wait, not these. The grade 1. So I'm running extra crits instead, so I can stack it onto my Reindeer, so that when I attack my Vanguard, my opponent's really scared. And we're running 4 heals because, of course, you want to do some G-guarding. Again, if you want to take these out, you can just replace them with LEs instead, I guess. But I think I mentioned that already. I don't know. I'm tired. I'm going to Japan tomorrow, so. Or by the time you're watching this, I'm probably in Japan already. But yeah. Anyway, on to the G zone. Running 2 Madu. Madu is MVP. If you ride onto a Velvet Voice Reindeer, then you can, and you use this as stride fodder, you pretty much pick this card back up and then call it out so that you can use her. So Madu is actually really, really good. If you're super mega budget and don't have 4 Olivias, then you can run 4 Madu. You probably won't need it because if you proc her effect once, then he's pretty much dead after that. But yeah, you know, Madu, and Madu got reprinted, so he's not expensive anymore. Running 1 of her. Mainly, she's here to fix your field. You have nothing really in this deck that benefits you from bouncing, but she's aight. Fix your field. Next, running 2 of the on-hit old one. So her skill is, when this card attack hits, if you have a rear guard, choose one of your rear guards and bounce it to your hand, and then choose one of rear guard, one unit from your hand and call to your rear guard circle, and then that unit gets plus 3,000 power, so you can attack it for 12k probably most of the time. And then running 4 Olivia. She's not super budget, but she's much cheaper than she was before. As you can see, I'm running the rare ones just to indicate that you can play budget version instead of the GR or SP versions. You guys know what Olivia does, probably. I run her in pretty much all my Bermuda decks, so yeah. And then running for the G Guardians, we're running 2 of the Fighters Collection one. 2 Handy Liana. These should be really cheap. And then running 3 of the Cray Elemental properties. We're running 1 Dizzle to protect your Reindeer, 1 Screw to protect yourself from high attacks, and then 1 Hand Swap in case you have a bunch of jank in your hand and you want to get rid of some. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this deck profile. Sorry if I was a little brambly. I am tired because you guys probably will see it throughout the week, but pretty much all the content you see this week will be made on one day. So yeah, that explains why I'm brain farting more than usual. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it for this deck profile. Thanks for watching, guys. This is Cardfight, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.